Welcome everyone to the map tournament stadium. In the bottom right as the yellow steel talons, it is none other than Masterleaf. And sliding into the top left corner of tournament stadium as the green GDI vanilla. It's green 0. So GDI versus Steel Talons. I don't know if Leaf picked random, but he has picked Steel Talons. And we're here covering a series between these two from the Champions League Week 2, hosted by the Russians. Now these two get paired against each other very early in the tournament, which is good. This is always a good matchup. Green 0 versus Masterleaf always provide ripping games when they play against each other. And obviously they love to play against each other. They've had a rivalry for almost as long as Kane's Wrath has been around. So it's a best of 8, so this series can end in a draw, but I have a feeling that this series won't end in a draw. I feel like one of these players, they'll get on a roll, and they will take the series out. Masterleaf here, picking Steel Talons, or I don't know if he picked Steel Talons or it was random, but picking Steel Talons against GZ's GDI. He didn't change, he is GDI Vanilla. He didn't decide to play a Talon's Mirror into Masterleaf here, which I thought he might. I know he doesn't mind playing like mirrors, which makes me think that Leaf must have picked random. Otherwise, you know, I feel like GZ would have picked Talons as well, but maybe he doesn't feel comfortable in a mirror versus Leaf. But I'm not sure. Anyway, we can see that both players, there's not going to be too much early aggression here from either player, I don't imagine. Both players being a GDI faction, there's no Nod, there's no Traveller, there's not going to be any bikes, no Descents, obviously. It's been quite a while since I've casted, so I might be a bit rusty to start. But oh, he's doing a little trick here. Is he going to get them still? Yeah, so even if you de-garrison them sometimes, you still get crushed if you do a formation move on the Foxhole. Now, no Green 0 has this thing. Oh, that's actually going to get in. There you go. That rifle does get in. Green 0 doesn't normally do that sort of thing. He has actually said before, he usually only does it versus players that will do it versus him. And obviously he knows that Masterleaf is one of those players. He loves those dirty little tricks, just to get that little bit of an advantage. Personally, I don't think there's anything wrong with that one. But I'm not sure why, but I remember I don't know what's changed, but I swear I can remember that every time you de-garrisoned, it pretty much couldn't crush you still. So the trick is if you formation move, so if Green 0 was to Foxhole here, and Masterleaf formation moved, it can be pretty much any unit that can formation move. It can be a Scorpion tank if he was Nod. It actually crushes the Rifleman, even though it's finished digging the Foxhole. So here we can actually see that Leaf's going for a Titan MRT push down the middle, and he's actually grabbed the blue Tiberium as well. There are, oh no, there's a single Pitbull out, and there's actually a tier 2 down from Green 0, so he's going to be prepared for this. I wonder if he's going to go for Orcas, because that would completely shut down what Leaf is doing and force him straight back on the defense. He's actually seeing a second harvest of the blue Tiberium. Wow, I mean, there's not going to be that much there. By the time he gets there, there'll be pretty much nothing left. I am going to just do something quickly. I'm going to knock down my scroll speed. Alright. So Leaf moving out with this MRT and a Titan. He's got another harvester going the blue too. I'm not sure about that. I mean, does he really need to send another one? Orcas are on the way. Did Leaf see that? Did Leaf see the Orcas? Oh, he's just seen the airfield. Literally by a pixel he has seen that airfield. So the Orcas will be able to come out. I don't know if he doesn't actually need the Orcas on the Titans. He can just build them up and send them to go attack Leaf's expansion. He is transitioning into rocket MRTs. So Leaf is pulling out all sorts of unique strategies here. Even in the tournament, he likes to stick to his off-meta plays. And that's great. It makes it entertaining for us to watch and to cast. There is a harvester here from Leaf all the way in GZ's base. So obviously I thought that early point was sending it to the blue. He somehow managed to send it all the way across the map. That's actually a really big deal. I mean, you've invested all this money into a unit that's meant to get you more money, and it's not. It's just been walking across the entire map. This Pred tank is going to try and chase it down, but it won't get it. Look, the harvest is going to die now, probably. The Orcas are going to come in. They're actually going to the main, which is... Oh, here we go. Flying MRTs. This is actually quite a good counter. Like, the Orcas will not want to see this. If he gets that in range of the Orcas, I mean, they're not going to be able to outrun them. The Ox transports are considerably faster. So here we go. They're going to run into each other, are they? Oh, no. The Orcas are just going to sort of split the middle. The MRTs, they're paroling around, trying to find the Orcas. There are 2 AA batteries down. There's really nothing here that GZ that has... Oh my god, that was terribly spoken. There's nothing that GZ has that can deal with these. He's transitioning into pit bulls. It looks like he's going to try and trap the Orcas in. AA battery is going to come down. Oh, and he splashes up. Yeah, they're going to all go down. Oh, he could have got that last one. Does he have any ammo left? There is a harvester there. It's only 1 rocket away. Oh, GZ, go in for it. Go in for it. Yeah, he does. He sees it, and he's going to get it. So he gets 2 harvesters, but he loses 4 Orcas. Look, that last one was full of tibs, so it's probably not the worst trade in the world for GZ. He does hurt Masterleaf's economy, and now he's only sitting here with 2 harvesters on this field, and he can easily just rebuild the Orcas. Well, GZ's got 4 harvesters down here, so I think GZ's in a really good position here. But Leaf does have this army. He's just dropped... Oh, wait, he went to pick up these guys, but then didn't pick them up. Oh, the MRTs are actually in here shooting at these Predator tanks. There are a lot of pit bulls rocking up now, though. But there are some reinforcements for Leaf on the way. He's actually going to drop them down, so that's not a bad idea. They're definitely more tanky versus pit bulls when they're in this state than when they are in the air. Because the MRTs, I mean, the Ox Transports don't actually have much health. Juggernaut's coming out. I'm not sure about that, but... GZ, you know, GZ loves his Juggernaut Marv. Yep, there we go, Marv on the way. Pit bull's coming into the... Wow, where is his harvesters? Did he lose another one? And I didn't see? No, he still has 6. Yeah, he still has 6. Okay, so he's obviously just misrallied one of them, or one of them's rallied back to his main base. But a Masterleaf is looking like he's in quite a bit of trouble here. He's not even... Oh, no, he does have a tier 3. Oh, he just sold his MCV. Wow, okay. So what, is it all in Mammoth tanks? Yeah, all in Mammoth tanks with rails. Jesus Christ, Masterleaf has played a very interesting game, but if... I mean, maybe he can catch Green Zero off guard with this. I mean, he's got... I just don't think he has the money for it, though. Like, you can see he's only got 4 harvesters up here. He's not getting the blue tib. And GZ's already about... He's about to get a Marv out, and he's got Juggernauts. He's about to get a 3rd Juggernaut out, which obviously isn't the greatest in the world versus Mammoth tanks. But if you have a Marv sort of to meet shield, you'll be fine. But this Titan MRT army in the middle of the map is going to be quite difficult to deal with. Those harvesters, did they die? No, they got sent up north. Okay. So the Marv is out. He's got Juggernauts. This MRT Titan army is starting to make a move into the base. Into the main base. This Juggernaut has just come out. Probably not at a great time, to be honest, because it's pretty weak when it's on its own. Juggernauts aren't the greatest fighting force on their own. Pit bulls are coming to help defend this fight. Juggernaut needs to start shooting. Rails is done too for Masterleaf, so there you go. Juggernaut's moving in. No, MRTs are moving in. Juggernauts are trying to defend. That Juggernaut does fall already, so Masterleaf's actually going to get... Oh my god, what a Sonic Emitter shot that was. They just lined up perfectly. Wow, he's got Firehawks. He's just... What was he bombed? I don't know what he's bombed, but he's bombed something. There's actually Firehawks out for Leaf as well. Wow. There you go. So the Titans have all been cleaned up. The Pit bulls are actually moving into the north. There's absolutely nothing here for Leaf. There is nothing here, and he can't drop down a barracks because he doesn't have an MCV. There's nothing building from that war factory. Oh no, this is really bad for Leaf. He has absolutely nothing to defend this. He needs to build a Titan or something. Yeah, I think he's building a Titan. If he can get a Titan out, maybe he can hold... But he's going to lose at least 2 harvesters, probably 3. The Titan does come out. There's a fight down here. Mammoth tanks are moving in. The Hawks are going to fight each other. And GZ... Oh, he loses... They both lose 2 Hawks. There you go. So they both lose 2 Hawks. Marv is moving in south. There are zone troopers here. And there's literally nothing for Leaf to do against them. I mean, he can crush them, but if GZ's microing well, it shouldn't really be an issue. Sonic Emitter comes down, cleans up that Mammoth tank. And the zone troopers are going to clean up that one as well. People in the north have been cleaned up, but Leaf is down to 3 harvesters. And now the Mammoth tanks, they're going to try and move in on this area. There is a Hammerhead here now. But there's the 3 Juggernauts and a Marv, and yeah, Masterleaf says, that's it, I cannot break through. Wow, he really threw his strategies around in that game. GZ, Green Zero will take a 1-0 lead. And that's a really good start for him. And he just, I mean, his build order was just really, really spot on, wasn't it? You could tell that Green Zero really knew what he wanted to do. Leaf, I mean, he probably knew what he wanted to do. It's just that it was so off meta and it was so all over the place. I mean, selling his MCV didn't make any sense. I mean, it's just, I don't know. I don't know why he would sell his MCV in that situation. It didn't really make any sense to do that. Anyway, Green Zero will take a 1-0 lead. We'll move to game number 2. Game number 2, and we are on the map. Tournament Dust Bowl, no poker. In the north of the map, it is Green Zero playing as GDI again. And in the south, Masterleaf, he has picked Traveller 59. So there we go. Traveller is on the field for Masterleaf. Not going to stick with his Steel Talons after last game. Looking to get a win on the board, I reckon. This is just a... I need to make sure I get a win on the board so GZ doesn't feel too much confidence. So I'm going to pick my best faction. Now, that's the thing, is there's actually no faction limitations in this tournament. You can play the same faction the whole series. There's no strike rules, there's nothing. So there really is no reason to not play your best faction, or the faction you think is best for the map, that you think is most likely to win you the game. And Masterleaf, obviously, everyone knows that Traveller is definitely his best faction. He's probably the best Traveller player of all time. So... And Green Zero, well, he's built a good reputation as he's built a strong GDI versus Traveller. So he should, I mean, he's capable. Even if Masterleaf gets up to all his tricks, I mean, we know that he rages with the wormhole and stuff. So hopefully that doesn't happen. Otherwise, this will be a very short video. But looks like no disintegrators from Leaf. He's just gone for buzzers. Now look at the crystals, man. This 4K mod does some wonders. Anyway, let's ignore. Let's not worry about that. Let's worry about what's going on. So the buzzers are going to get in. CGZ's not doing anything. Masterleaf again, not doing anything. He has kept his portal around though, so maybe he's going to try something. No, drone ship lifts up, so nothing too fancy yet from Masterleaf. Both players did get their spikes, pretty much uncontested. And you can see GZ has amazing eyes all over the map. You can see he can see from all the way. So that's just to scout for disintegrators. Obviously Masterleaf hasn't gone for any, but Green Zero doing a really good job of making sure every flank is seen. You can see the middle of the map, and he knows that there is no disintegrators coming his way, so he can safely just build harvesters, build a ref, and expand. Masterleaf over here going for a... No, it's a tier 2. Thought it might be a stasis chamber, but he's going for a tier 2. So what's he playing? Is he going to go fast tech? I don't really see the point of going for a tier 2 unless you're going to fast tech. Or are you going for a stasis chamber now? He's going for a stasis chamber now. So maybe he's going fast cultist? He's got corruptors. So he's going corruptor cultist, I guess. Is his plan here. Wait, and then he sells the portal. And he's going for fast legs. What? Leaf, what are you doing? This is really confusing. I mean, why would you sell the portal? Oh wow, you put a new one down in a slightly better spot. Okay. Yeah, I'm not sure what that is. That just doesn't really make any sense to me. Double portal down, and yeah, it's going to be double portal cultist. Wow, there you go. There's 2 corruptors and a gunwalker, 2 gunwalkers moving out. Rifle squad there does get cleaned up. So I mean, and GZ's going to come in with this pitbull and go, what the hell is going on here? There's nothing here. There's a stasis chamber and a tier 2. So he should be... GZ should be smart enough to know. Alright, he's doing cultists because tier 2, corruptors, stasis chamber. Yeah, he's going to bring in cultists to the fight as well. So he's probably looking to actually grab some of Green Zero's harvesters here. Because of this field being so forward, you can't actually place watchtowers forward enough to defend the harvesters there. He could easily jump in and snipe some harvesters here. And the best thing about that is, as the Traveller player, is not only do you take eco away from your opponent, you actually gain harvesters. You don't have to build them yourself anymore. He's going to run in here, though, and he's going to try and take the Pred tanks, I imagine. Yeah, he grabs a 2 Pred tanks and an APC. And this early engagement getting off to a really good start. Wow, great mine drop there, though, to get one of his Pred tanks back. But the APC does get captured now as well. The Corruptors are doing their work. Well, they were healing up units, but they aren't anymore. They're just fighting. And GZ's force is starting to wither down. Now, look, Harvester is captured. He's going to run away with the cultists. Does he have any more coming across the map? He does have a couple here with some gunwalkers as well on their way. APC trying to take out those cultists, but they aren't going to do it. The gunwalker cultist combo here, looking like it's going to be a really potent force here. There's no hammerheads, and even if there was hammerheads, there's so many gunwalkers here. It's going to be really hard for GZ to do anything about it. And he's actually garrisoning the structure now, so even if hammerheads showed up, he's got them nice and safely tucked. There's 3 cultists in that bunker. The harvesters for Leaf, they're actually controlled by, yeah, they're controlled by Leaf, but they are Green Zero's harvesters. Ref is down over here as well, so Leaf is starting to eco behind this back at home, while GZ's eco is being absolutely starved out. These 2 harvesters both survive, and there's a load and a half of Tiberium in there, so that's going to be a nice little eco boost for Masterleaf as well. GZ now forced down to 1 ref on his expansion, and that's pretty much his entire economy. There's no harvesters left on this field. That hammerhead does pick off a cultist, but then goes down. The gunwalkers are going to try and pick off. No, they're going to retreat for now. Leaf gets a second ref down. He's in a commanding position here. He is in an absolutely commanding position here. The fact that the Traveller player has got to this stage of the game and has been on the offensive the whole time, it really means the GDI player is in a serious amount of trouble. You really want to be on the offensive as the GDI player to have the most success versus Trav. You don't want to let them sort of sit alone and do what they want for this long. And Masterleaf, he'll just be teching up. He'll be getting that Prodigy Tripod Hexapod combo and going to make life really difficult for Green Zero here. So yeah, that early Cultist Gunwalker, you know, Cultist Gunwalker, bloody whatever it was, did a really good job. Corruptor. ABCs are going to go into Scout for Masterleaf. Repair drone's called in. Bit of an interesting choice when you already have 73 Corruptors on the front line. Firehawks are coming out. Well, I mean, that's probably GZ's main way of getting back into the game. If he can get the Firehawks up and get the tier 3 early, maybe he can come back into the game. So, Temporal Wormhole. Is he going to try and run in and grab the Preds? No, he's just sort of... To be fair, Green Zero has nothing here. Like, does he have a Sonic Emitter almost down? No, he's not even building one. I mean, GZ needs to build some Predator tanks or something because he just has nothing really here. The Corruptors are just going to heal it to themselves. Like, oh my god, he's using the Firehawks to bomb. Oh my god, that's disastrous. I don't know if that was a misrally or if he's just panicking, but that's not what you want to be using Harvesters for, that is for sure. Mechapede's now on the front line. Yeah, this is getting really dangerous, and I imagine the Prodigy wouldn't be too far away as well. Where is the Prodigy? Surely he built one. There's no way you play against Green Zero, have this type of command. Where are you going with your MCV? He's just moving it forward, I guess. He needs a Sonic Emitter, like desperately. Or some Shatterer tanks. What is this? Yeah, Shatterer tank. Good. That's what he needs. Obviously, he needs to be careful he doesn't get grabbed by a Cultist or a Prodigy. Where is his Prodigy? There's no way Leaf wouldn't have gone for a Prodigy. Oh, he doesn't have a Stasis Chamber. Oh, that'd be why he doesn't have a Prodigy. Oh, maybe GZ bombed it. Here we go. Stratifighter in from the Hawks. Is he going to be able to get the tier 3? This is the big... Oh, he placed another tier 3, but Leaf actually loses a ref. So there you go. Mechapede's coming around the right-hand side. Sonic Meter went down over there. War Factory is going to fall. I think that Leaf is just sort of... He's got a stranglehold on GZ here. I mean, the Hawks are the big trump card, but Leaf's kind of hard countered this now because he's got 2 tech assemblers down. He's getting shard launches. I think he's sitting really pretty... Wow, that's an awesome Sonic Emitter shot. That's what, a full Mechapede and maybe like $500 worth of segments all gone there. That Watchtower is going to get picked off by the Corruptors. The Corruptors are starting to move in. And this is the problem. GZ is completely starved out now, while Leaf still has a whole half a tip field down here. Oh, that Shatterer. Bang, knocking out a lot of Mechapedes here. Killed a Mechapede and killed pretty much all of these ones. This is a random assimilator here. Firehawks do come in, they bomb it. They do bomb one of the tech assemblers, but unfortunately for Green Zero, there is another one still there. Actually, he's did bomb the one that was upgrading stasis. No, shard launches though, so that's actually a big win for Green Zero. Shatterer tank just sort of randomly out on the right hand side. It's gonna get another shot off. Oh, not quite hitting the Mechapedes though. And a Marv Reclamator hub in the back of the mace. And I think GZ's actually somehow sort of fought his way back into this. And of course, it's because of the Firehawks. The Firehawks really oppressive versus Scrin if they aren't able to get shard launchers up. And that's sort of the situation that Masterleaf finds himself in now. No Prodigy still, which is completely shocked me. I can't believe he hasn't gone for a Prodigy yet. Harvester here, he's going to get picked off. And there it is. There's the Prodigy. Oh, he's only got 3 Hawks on the group. That's not good. Well, I hope he realizes that before he tries to Stratifighter in, because if he Stratifighters in to take out the tier 3, and he only has 3 Hawks there, oh no, he's going for power, but he actually did stuff it up. Oh, he's going to fly over the Mechapeds. Jeezy. No, doesn't he have disc segments? Yeah, there we go. Wow, he doesn't lose 1. Wow, disc segments really do... Oh my god, there we go. There it is. The Prodigy comes in, takes the MCV. Hammerhead is going to come in. I think he'll get it. He does get the Prodigy. Now, obviously, there's been no rage quit from GZ, so he still thinks he's in the game, which is good, because he is still in the game. If he can somehow find a way to... Oh... Well, maybe he's not. That's probably the best thing Leaf could have done. I was going to say if he can contain Leaf's expansion, but actually moving to GZ's third and saying, well, I'm just going to take your money away from you. Yeah, that's a really good play by masterleaf. But I still think Green Zero's in the game. If this is an MCV, he's still in the game. He could probably sell off some of the, like probably this Sonic emitter. He doesn't really need it. And he's got to keep these Hawks moving. He's got to keep moving. He's got to get this Hawk on the control group. He doesn't realize still that Firehawk isn't on his control group. He needs to get that fixed up immediately because he's gonna... Yeah, he's realized now. Good. Okay. He's realized now. Now, where are they? Where are they? Am I blind? Oh, here they are. They're in the middle of the map. So this is what we want to keep an eye on, because these Hawks are pretty much going to make or break it for GZ. They have to win the game for him. And he has to make sure he's able to protect his MCV from another Prodigy snipe. If another Prodigy snipe happens on an MCV, probably fair to say it could be GG, or that Prodigy is losing half its health already. Hammerhead is coming over. Or is it going to die to the Mechapede though? Teleports away. Did it teleport south? Where'd it go? Wait, did it teleport? Oh, it's a cultist. Oh my god, where is it? Where's the Prodigy? I'm so scared for Green Zero right now. Because I know that if he loses like this, like if he loses 2 MCVs in one game, he might tilt really hard. Oh, it's in the building. Hammerheads are coming over though to defend, and masterleaf still hasn't established an expansion yet. So GZ is actually still in this game. Like, if masterleaf had an expansion over here with a few harvesters, you'd say that yeah, he's miles ahead. But if Green Zero can establish himself, and he's going to have that advantage of being able to use the Marv. Oh no, but the Hammerheads are going to get picked off now. Because he's moved the Marv away from the Hammerheads, and the Prodigy's going to come in and take it. Oh, the Prodigy's going to come in and take it. Oh no, here it comes. Oh, he's not going to go for it actually. I don't think he should either. To be fair, he probably wouldn't get it. What did he use that for? Oh, he's going to try and teleport a tripod onto the Marv, and he gets it, and he gets the EMP. Now, is there any reinforcements? There's a Zone Trooper, there's some Shadow. I mean, I don't think there's enough DPS here to take this tripod out. He is spamming disintegrators across the map. Tripods are coming as well. He needs to find... Jeez, he desperately needs to find some DPS from somewhere to take this out. The Firehawks have obviously dropped their bombs, I think, on the... Oh no, they've gone and bombed some plant. How did it lose half its health? Oh, Wait, no. No, he doesn't. I'm an idiot. He teleports it away. And now there's 2 more tripods coming into the fight. And he does get the lockdown. Does he still have a tier 3? He does still have a tier 3. Oh, obviously, he just dropped a Sonic emitter. But is he going to be able to kill these? He needs to get his Zone Troopers over here. Zone Troopers over here. He's going to need to get his Hammerheads. Does he have Hammerheads? He needs Hammerheads. He needs something. It's going to be really difficult for him to dislodge these tripods, especially with the Corruptors here and the Prodigy teleporting them around. Buzzer Swarm has already been used, but he might jump out and actually grab that Zone Trooper for himself. Yeah, here we go. He's going to grab the Zone Trooper, isn't he? Oh no, he teleports in the Engineer. So now there's these 3 tripods here trying to break through the defense. You know, this is incredible. I cannot believe that Leaf hasn't set up an expansion yet. He's doing this all off scraps, basically. I mean, both players, yeah, they're fighting on scraps. Somehow the Zone Trooper is able to not get captured by that cultist. Hammerheads are coming in, and there's actually no anti-air here. The Prodigy's dead. The Prodigy will... Oh my god, he captures the Hammerhead. Oh my god, he captured the Hammerhead. That's GG. That's all she wrote, I think, because now this Hammerhead is going to kill every Zone Trooper that GZ tries to build. And I think that's going to be it. I don't think Green Zero has enough of a... Oh, what is that? Why would you place it there? Just insta-empt. Like, what? And yeah, now these Zone Troopers are going to be really ineffective because obviously the Hammerhead is just going to snipe them. And he teleports his drone ship over, so he set up an expansion over here and then says, "Alright, I'm gonna bring my stuff over here and we're gonna fight." But yeah, GZ's dead here. He's not using his Hawks anymore either. He's too busy. Well, I don't know what he's doing. There's not much on the map he could be microing right now. Shadow retains on the left-hand side, getting captured by a Cultist. Oh my god, and the Cultist survives with pretty much no HP. Oh, the Hawks are going to die. Hawks are going to die. That's GG. That's 100% GG for Green Zero. And yeah, there he goes. So masterleaf fights back with his Traveller. And that early Cultist Corruptor builds, yeah, really put Green Zero on the back foot from the start. And now we can see that masterleaf's Traveller is not to be messed with. You can actually see Green Zero was still ahead economically because of the build Leaf did. But eventually he ran out of Tiberium, Green Zero, and he wasn't in a commanding position. So masterleaf was still mining. Like you can see, masterleaf is still mining his second field here, while GZ is flatlining. Anyway, masterleaf takes a 1-1. Well, no, he doesn't take a 1-1 lead. He levels the series 1-1. We'll move into game number 3. Alright, welcome back to game number 3 of the series. Green Zero in the bottom left of Winter Meltdown as GDI Vanilla. And sliding over to the right, it is masterleaf playing as, I'm going to assume, Traveller 59, yellow. Yeah, Traveller 59 again, so we're on Winter Meltdown. This is one of the Green Zero's favourite maps to pick when he loses. He's like, alright, I'm going to pick Winter Meltdown. He thinks that a lot of players don't know it and don't play it very often, which is 100% true. I mean, I very rarely play on this map, and I very rarely see any of the other pros play on this map, unless they're playing against Green Zero. So if you're not familiar with the map, we have both players start here, their expansion field's here, and then their third is here, or here. You can pretty much choose, like if you want to go for a second MCV or something, and there's actually a pretty much empty green field in the middle of the map. You'd probably expect this to be a blue field, to contest, but it's actually another green field. So both players have access to 4 Tiberium fields, and only one of them is contested. So it's a weird design, but I actually quite like it. It's definitely unique, and it means sometimes you see some huge fights for this middle field because you've just got 3 Tiberium fields of money ramming against each other. In the middle for a Tiberium field that really, in the grand scheme of things, isn't worth very much. Again, no Disintegrators out from masterleaf, so he's going to be very passive early game again. I wonder if he's going to go for the same sort of build, that Corruptor Cultist push, because I mean it worked so well last game. I think it would be silly not to do it again. Green Zero will be a lot more prepared for it this time though. I think the big issue with it last game is he didn't scout it until very late. I mean, it was already halfway across the map when his Pitbull walked into the base and was like, oh, there's nothing here. There's no expansion and there's a tier 2 and a stasis chamber. I'm in trouble. And he'd already sort of committed to building a lot of harvesters by that point, and it made it really easy for Leaf to sort of go in and attack because Green Zero had a lack of units. And when you don't have many units, that's when the cultists really do shine, because you can't just overwhelm them with spam. Wow, his MCV is doing a little dance there. That's not very good. Early deployment again here, and that is definitely a refinery. I think it's going to be a tier 2. I think we're going to see it again here, because that is definitely not a refinery, which means it has to be a tier 2 because there's no portal. And I mean, I can't blame Leaf. I mean, you saw how well it worked last game. You'd be crazy not to do it again. We're going to see a portal now, and we're going to see nothing. Come on, Leaf, what are you doing? What are you going to build? There you go, portal on the way. Bang. Barracks is down. We're actually going to see an APC engineer here from Green Zero. Now, this could be good, because obviously, this build that Leaf is doing is very micro-intensive. You need to be microing your Corruptors, you need to be microing your Cultists, which means he's not going to have a lot of time to look back at his base, which is where this APC engineer could come in really handy, because Leaf isn't going to be focused over here. He's going to be focusing on microing his cultists, putting them in and out of buildings, making sure his corruptors are healing each other, stuff like that. I think it won't be as effective on this map though, because GZ can wall off this sort of entrance to his base with watchtowers, where on Dust Bowl he couldn't do that because his MCV was behind the tib field. Here the MCV actually does protect the tib field. Predator tanks are out now. Watchtowers are going to be good again. Corruptors, there's 3 Corruptors already across the map, and there's the double portal cultist build. And here we go. Yeah, the Watchtowers are already down, so GZ knows what's coming. I don't know if he scouted it or not, but he knows that there's Corruptors. He knows there's Gunwalkers. Does he know there's cultists? I mean, he obviously assumes there will be cultists because he's building these watchtowers. The Corruptors are going to be... Yeah, see, this is the issue now, is does he have enough DPS to actually focus them down? The Pred Tank does get capped, and he jumps straight in that building. That building is going to be so painful for Green Zero to deal with, because it's right on his doorstep. He almost needs to build the Grenadier squad, but there's also the risk that is that Grenadier squad going to get captured? Every single Pred Tank here has been captured. He does regain one of them, though. This Cultist looking like it's going to try and grab a Harvester. No, it does jump in and grab a Predator Tank. I think it's going to get killed, though, by that Watchtower. But there are now 3 Pred Tanks in Green Zero's base and 2 Cultists, I mean 2 Corruptors. And Green Zero has absolutely nothing behind it. Let's just have a quick look around on the minimap. Can we see that APC Engineer? We can see it is down here. That could be a game changer. Need to keep our eyes on that. Masterleaf is still pressing in hard here, though. Looking to pick off more of these Predator Tanks, but it looks like he's actually running out of forces. The APC is here. Is he going to get the capture on the drone ship? No, he's not. Masterleaf does look back in time and see it, but it did cancel a structure, which I can only assume is a refinery, and it was fully complete. So that is going to set Masterleaf back by a long way, and he's actually been able to hold this off. AP ammo came down on the watchtowers and started to melt through the everything that was there. And wow, that's a big win for Green Zero. He stops the expansion. Does he? No, Masterleaf calls it quits there. Wow, there you go. So he held the push, and then he stopped Masterleaf from expanding. Now, it could have been a tier 3 as well, but I imagine he wouldn't have been going for a tier 3 there. He would have been going for that refinery. And Green Zero, that was, I called it earlier, that APC Engineer could be the deciding factor, and you can see, yeah, so this build, if it doesn't do a lot of damage, which he didn't do any economic damage to Green Zero, and he was forced to retreat, and then his own economy was destroyed by that APC Engie. It was always going to be an uphill battle, and Leaf said, no, it's going to be too hard. I'm not going to be able to come back from this. And called it quits. So Green Zero takes a 2-1 lead in the series. I'll catch you guys in game number 3. No, game number 4. Alright, game number 4 takes us to the map Tournament LA. In the north, green is GDI. It's Green Zero. And in the south, as the yellow GDI of some sort, it's going to be Zocom. It's Masterleaf. Now, obviously, a lot of people will have seen Green Zero's video analysing the Champions League, where he had himself finishing in the top 4. Now, I don't think that's up himself. I think that's good. It means he has a lot of confidence in his game, and he is more than capable of finishing there. Do I think he will finish there? No, I do not. I think it will be Crush, Masterleaf, Futurama, and Drive. I think they're the best 4 players in the game, and probably Shock Trepid is 5th at the moment. But, of course, if Green Zero has a really good record versus Futurama, has a really good record versus Shock Trepid. So if he's able to beat them, then the top 4 is definitely up for grabs for him. And obviously, I think Bike Rush and Masterleaf are pretty much locks. I'd say Futurama's a lock as well. I think Futurama is definitely probably the better of the 2 Russian Ukrainians, as in Drive and himself, but Drive does have a very good record versus... Drive probably has a better record versus other players in the game than Futurama does, but Futurama has a very good record versus Drive, so it goes both ways. I would be backing Futurama and Drive to both make it, personally, and alongside Masterleaf and Bike Rush, and you'd probably see Green Zero and Shock Trepid be the top 2 of 5th to 8th. If I was to guess, that would be my prediction. Again, obviously going to be very passive. GDI Miro is always really passive in the early game. You're not going to see anything too crazy. Interested to see, are we going to see Rig? Are we going to see the Rig? I think we might, because he's already built 2 power plants and he's redeploying. Here we go. Are we going to see a Rig build from Masterleaf? I reckon we are. I reckon that's a tier 2. That Predator Tank. Wow, that's interesting. Now, this is a really good map for the Rig build, because look how close. I mean, it's a good map for any mid-game push, really, if you're able to push onto the opponent's main field, because look how close it is. You literally are right here. Bang, there's a blue field, and oh, I'm in my opponent's base. It's also one of those maps where you can pretty much every time go for the blue tip with like your 4th harvester, and it's not going to slow you down. You'll only get about 3/4 of a load, but it's still like you're making sure that your opponent can't get that tip. as well. Pitbull's coming out, but they're going to see a Predator tank and be like, what the hell is Masterleaf doing? Here comes the rig, here comes the airfield, sells off the tier 2. Is he going to go for Zorkas or Hammerheads? Oh my god, he sold his MCV. Oh my god, he sold his MCV. What is Masterleaf doing? Bloodhounds are on the way. It looks like he's going for Hammerheads. Oh my god. I mean, this is Masterleaf for you, isn't it? He makes things happen nowadays. He throws the builds around and makes things happen. What do we got? Orcas coming out. Yeah, so that's not going to work now because there's Pipples and a rig on the front line. Hammerhead's coming across as well. Now this is going to be really difficult for GZ to hold. Obviously the Hammerhead here isn't going to do too much, you would imagine, because there's no infantry here in the first place. He's still building more Hammerheads, so I would be just pumping out the Pitbulls at this point. Orcas are out though. Now what can he actually do with them? The rig is moving in. I don't think Leaf really knows where he wants to go. He started moving towards GZ's MCV, but now he's decided to pull back. The rig does deploy again. And that Harvester has almost already fallen there for Green Zero. And he's actually shooting this Harvester through the ref. That Harvester is going to fall. And we can see that there's a second War Factory down here for Green Zero. Another Harvester is going to go down. And GZ is already down to just 3 Harvesters. The rig is going to get destroyed, but there is still a lot of Pipples here. He's actually going to just destroy the refinery. Wow, there you go. So the refinery goes down, and he doesn't have an expansion yet. He's down to 1 Orca, 3 Harvesters. But, of course, Masterleaf is all in. Oh, no, he's not taking the blue tip. That's Pipples. He's not taking the blue tip. Oh, that Hammerhead probably is going to go down. Yeah, he does lose that for pretty much no reason. He needs to go back and heal that one in heavy damage mode. Masterleaf's force moving out to the right-hand side of the map, attacking Green Zero's MCV. He's going to pick off that Orca on the deck. That's a big win for Leaf. And yeah, GZ just says, well, I'm going to pack that up. There's no way I'm going to get any use out of those Orcas with the amount of Pitbulls on the map. Barracks does come down. He needs to get a... Oh my god, he doesn't have a tier 2. He can't even build a AA battery to deal with these Hammerheads. There's a lot of Pitbulls here. Hammerheads... Oh, he's going into Zorkas. That's actually a great play. The Zorkas are really going to rip through the Predator tanks, especially with the lack of AA on the map. Tier 2 does come back down, though. So will we see slingshots, or is he just going to go for AA batteries? If he goes for slingshots, he might be able to deal with the Zorkas alright, but AA batteries just aren't going to cut it. And he's going to be able to walk in here with Zorkas, and you can just imagine these Predator tanks are going to fall very quickly to the Zorkas. Does he have ceramic armor? No, he does not. That's just how the Zorkas look in this, in the 4K mod. Oh, is he going to go for Harvesters? Actually not a bad idea, you know. Come in. Oh my god, just shoot the damn Harvesters, bro. What are you doing? We'll do that, I guess. Yeah, that works pretty well too. He's going to kill the tier 2. He's really running GZ around here with this build. What? You have no way to build anti-air now. I mean, okay. I'd be selling off both of those buildings then. I mean, what's the point of having them there? The issue is this is his only power plant. The Zorkas are going to be able to pick that off really easily. And now Masterleaf is taking the blue tib. And this army of Pipples, we're actually an elite Pipple. God, surely we can get a heroic Pipple. Why is he not selling these off? Sell them off. Get those Harvesters to work. This Harvester isn't doing anything. Tier 2 does come down, but... Yeah, I'm not liking the situation for Green Zero. I think he's in severe trouble. Harvester, is that Harvester going to die? It definitely is, you know. He doesn't even have APO. Well, I would have stayed there. If I was Masterleaf, I would have stayed there. He's going to kill that. No, go back. He's going to try and take out the tier 2. Fence it. No, he probably doesn't have the money for it, Green Zero. And he's going to lose his other power plant as well, which means he's going to be in low power mode. And then that Harvester still hasn't got back to work. Now, obviously, Green Zero must believe... Oh, no, Leaf's got an MCV back, and he's got a ref down. That's pretty much game. I mean... GZ's stuck here with 2 Harvesters, basically, because this one isn't on the line. And no tech to speak of. No production to speak of at all. And Leaf's going to... he's probably just going straight for a second refinery, and then he'll just be able to do whatever he wants to close out this game. War Factory does come down. Still hasn't realised that this Harvester is not mining. Which isn't good because, you know, that's when you've only got, like, that's literally a third of his economy isn't harvesting. Well, Zorkas are going to come in as well. Is he going to go for the power plant or is he going to try and pick off a ref? I mean, a Harvester. Tier 2 comes down again. How many times have we seen that Tier 2 built by Green Zero in such a short game? And they come. Harvesters does move. This is actually good. It's actually going to get GZ to put the Harvester back on the line. That kind of helped Green Zero in a way. Masterleaf now picking off the Tiberium Spike, and with double ref down here, he is really just putting a stranglehold on the economy of Green Zero and getting himself a long way ahead in the game. That AA battery is literally useless because it's by the time the AA battery starts shooting, the Zorkas are already going to be shooting at the Harvesters. That's a terrible placement. I just want to point that out. And well, he's moving out already. He's built a barracks and then he's like, alright, time to move out again. That Rifleman's going to get some free kills on some rocket squads, so that's a mini win for Green Zero, but I don't think it matters at this point. In come the Pitbulls. They're going to have a dig at the AA battery. I mean, he does have a considerably nice ground army. I mean, his ground army would smash what Masterleaf has here. But I think he's just going to go into a mass infantry transition. Yeah, he's got his armory up. He's just going to go into a mass infantry transition, and that's... I mean, there's no way Green Zero would be able to fight that. Zorkas are here on the right-hand side. They're going to be looking to pick off a Harvester here, and they should probably get one, you would think, unless GZ micros it really well. Pitbulls are coming in on the north side of the map as well. And the Pred tanks are completely out of position. He's going to have to micro his halves down and lose even more mining time. There's actually a few Preds down here fighting as well. Pitbulls are actually going to come in and pick off the power plants. That's a really nice play by Masterleaf. He's going to pick off the power plants, and then he's going to be able to move in without any AA batteries shooting at him. Although he's probably out of ammo, I would imagine. No, he does have a few shots left, but yeah, he doesn't finish that Harvester off. Nice, well done Green Zero, placing that power plant straight into the Orca Strike. Well done, that's really clever. I mean, you can see the beacon of an Orca Strike, and you're like, let me place a building there. What is he doing with his Harvesters? That's obviously a miss rally. Yeah, he realizes now and goes, oh my god. He probably put a what the fuck ... in the chat, or a WTF. I don't know why I've started banging out GZ for no reason. It's just funny, because it's probably true. So, oh my god, look at this. This is Zocom at its prime. You know, your low tier tanks, your infantry, your air. Oh, this is what Zocom wants to. Why would you build another Harvester? You need an army. Oh my god. You have 6 Harvesters. For no reason. Oh god. And the Zorka's going to come in. Oh, we're going to get a Harvester here, I think. He should go for this. Yeah, he knows too. If he force fires in there, oh no. He's not going to. You gonna shoot at the Pred tanks? Shoot at the Pred tanks? Nice. Yep, that's it. That's GG. Green Zero will be out and it'll be back to 2-2. APMO isn't even... Well, it's close to done, but it's not gonna get done in time enough to save him. He loses power again. Power's down a barracks, which gives a lot of power, obviously. And the MCV is going to fall, and Green Zero will probably fall with it. No, he doesn't even let the MCV go down. He quits, and Masterleaf fights his way back, level in the series, 2-2. Green Zero, yeah, I mean, that he just wasn't able to handle that rig. Well, I think the thing that cost him was going for the Orcas. The Orcas didn't really make any sense, because obviously you have a rig, and Pitbull's on the way. Maybe he didn't know the rig was coming. Maybe he thought it was just going to be some weird Pred push on its own, and thought, well, I'll go Orcas into the Preds. But either way, Green Zero did lose the match. Masterleaf levels the series 2-2. We will move into game 5. Alright, here we are for game number 5. We have moved to Tournament Undergrounds. The score is level at 2-2. And in the bottom left, it is Green Zero playing as, of course, GDI Vanilla. And sliding to the right of Tournament Underground's Masterleaf playing as yellow, and he has now picked GDI Vanilla. So he's decided to mirror Green Zero on the map Tournament Undergrounds, and I feel like on this map, the short rush distance, he is not going to be able to help himself from going for some type of mid-game rig push. We can see 2 engineers out from Masterleaf, 2 engineers out from Green Zero. Green Zero 3 rifles down the middle, so he's looking to take that southern spike for himself. Masterleaf actually sending an engineer up to the top of the map, so maybe looking to try and grab this spike up here in the north. Green Zero will pretty much get this tip spike completely uncontested, which I think will surprise him. I don't think he would expect for there to be literally no scouts here from Masterleaf at all. But that's what it is. Leaf has all sent his stuff to the north and looking to secure that top spike for himself. Actually loses a few members from that rifle squad unnecessarily. He could have been inside of that building and not taking any damage. Now, I think as good as masterleaf has got at GDI recently, I feel like this matchup 100% favours Green Zero. I mean, he knows GDI inside and out, so he'll be able to identify, okay, Leaf's building this, and I know exactly how to counter this and this, because that's what I would do. You know, it's GDI. GDI is GZ's bread and butter. I feel like picking a GDI mirror against him when you're not a GDI main is not the greatest idea in the world. We have seen players beat GZ in GDI mirrors, of course. I remember Dimmy did it maybe a year ago now, and I've done it a few times in tournaments, but I feel like someone like masterleaf, who, you know, me and Dimmy are probably GDI mains, and that's why we were able to defeat Green Zero. masterleaf obviously not a GDI main, but a very talented player nonetheless, so maybe he will prove me wrong and prove why he is picking GDI. Well, of course, Green Zero, I mean, he doesn't really have any other choice. It's the only faction he really is competitive with in tournaments. But of course, masterleaf can play anything. That's the type of player he is. Now, obviously, he's doing something because he's still got his MCV. He's built an early pred tank again. So he's doing this early sort of pred tank push thing that he did last game. Is he going to go for... Is he going for a tier 2? Like he has one. Where is it? Oh, it's down here. So I've completely missed that. His tier 2 is down. Is he going to be able to anti-scout it? Does Green Zero see it? He does see the tier 2 and he sees the rig. So he knows it's coming. And he has gone for a tier 2 himself. Again, is he... Please don't tell me he's going to go Orcas again. I mean, the Orcas worked terribly last time. Didn't get anything done. Here we go. Bloodhounds coming in. Predator tanks following up with the rig. And he's actually going for hammerheads. So, is Green Zero going to be able to hold this? Because he's going for Orcas again. I think that's a bad idea. Because, of course, there's going to be a bunch of Pitbulls here. MCV sold off again. The Engineer is going to get sniped by 2 Pitbulls in the back of the base. And the push has begun. That Predator tank will get back home. But there is now 3 Pitbulls, a couple of APCs, a Predator tank, and a rig pushing into GZ's main base. An Orca now rocking up as well. There's already an AA battery down, so that's really good for Green Zero. He's going to be able to at least do damage over time with those Orcas. But, of course, the rig does repair the aircraft. So, anyway, the Orcas are actually going to come in, and they're going to, with the help of the 5 Predator tanks that are here, they're actually going to slam down that rig. The Pitbulls and 2 Harvesters are about to fall already. Is he going to get that with those Orcas? Yeah, he does move in with the Orcas, and he is going to take them out. The Pitbulls are actually looking to move around the back and hunt down the Orcas from Green Zero on the deck. One Orca is going to instantly go down. Does fire off a volley, but it does get 2 volleys away. But this Orca is now also going to go down. Oh, but over here, there's 2 Pitbulls sitting there, and they are picking off the Orcas from masterleaf. But the Orca strike comes in and cleans up those Pitbulls. But he did pick off 2 Orcas, I believe. Now he's down to 2 Harvesters. No, 3 Harvesters. And masterleaf has 4. And he knows that masterleaf is all in. He did see the MCV cell, so he knows that he's going to run out of Tiberium soon. He doesn't have an MCV. He gets another Harvester out. Where is that Harvester going? Yeah, I was going to say, it should be going that way. Wow, look at all these Pitbulls. They're on such low health. The rifle from this garrison might actually kill that one. If it gets the shot off, wow, it would have if it could have got a shot off. Now these Orcas, they're going to find it tough to get in now. There's 3 AA batteries sitting here for Green Zero. This one's in a really odd position, really. Maybe it's preventing him to fly around the back unopposed, but it's not going to protect it. Like, the Tiberium's all out here, and this AA battery, its range is probably to about here. It protects the refineries, sure, but it doesn't actually protect the Harvesters where they're most vulnerable. masterleaf sending 2 Harvesters to the blue Tiberium, which means he only has 2 on the green tip right now. He's now transitioning back into Predator tanks, and the Pitbulls do pick off an Orca, which was obviously just left over, hadn't been... Oh, he's going to lose a Harvester. He is going to lose a Harvester, but masterleaf's going to lose 2 Orcas, and that's it. He's going to get away. Now, both players, if you look at the spikes, are on 2 spikes each. masterleaf has the north one. Green Zero has the south one. Pitbull's now moving across for Green Zero. Is that oh, I thought that was a Firehawk with that... Shadow. I was like, that doesn't make any sense. Hammerhead's now coming out, though. These Pitbulls are going to sneak into the base of masterleaf, and they're going to be like, why the hell does he only have 2 Harvesters? at this field. I mean, he does know that masterleaf sent 2 harvesters to the blue tip. He does have that scout there. Predator tanks are moving across the map. Oh my god, his MCV is actually under threat here. And masterleaf looking like he's going to be able to destroy this. There's no way that Green Zero is going to be able to save that. The Orca Strike just does such a crucial amount of damage. And he has actually been able to rebuild an airfield and start producing some of his own Orcas. This Pred tank, a little bit too far away from the pack, is going to get picked off. AA battery comes down, which is good because it's going to give him a little bit of defense from Orcas if they were to try and sweep in onto these Predator tanks, which they are now doing. And of course, so this fight will be probably quite convincingly won by masterleaf. He just has a lot more here than Green Zero. The AA battery was able to pick off 1 Orca, but the Predator tanks are now starting to fall. He does have 2 remaining, but if the Pipples come back in, he would definitely be able to kill it with the help of the Orcas. Oh, and they stack up, which certainly doesn't help. An elite Pipple here. Is it going to get destroyed? No, it doesn't quite go down. That Orca also just surviving. But now here we see the counter-attack from Green Zero. The Orcas are in the base, and masterleaf, he's going to lose 3 harvesters here. It's just, where are the other harvesters? Actually, he might not, because there's only 2 harvesters here for these Orcas to kill. Because the other 2 have gone back to the blue Tiberium. The Pipples now come in, pick off an Orca, and now he's going to send his Orcas up to the blue tib, and he's going to be able to pick off these harvesters up here. And now masterleaf, all of a sudden, only has 1 harvester on the field. He does build a second one now. And Green Zero, I mean, he doesn't have much of a fighting force. He did just lose his MCV, but he has a severe economic lead over masterleaf in terms of harvesters. There are 5 harvesters on the map, 4 Green Zero. There's only 2 on the map for masterleaf. Make that 3. He's just rebuilt a 3rd. Now, is masterleaf going to be able to crack in now? That's the question. Can he break GZ now? If he isn't able to break through Green Zero now, he's going to be in serious trouble. Maybe he could try and send his Pitbulls and Orcas up here to pick off these harvesters, because obviously he would know that GZ has to be long leashing to his second because of that MCV snipe. Refinery sold off by Green Zero. I think that's a bad call, because it only gives you $500 and you still have 5 harvesters, which are all going to come back with Tib at the same time. These Orcas flying around looking for an opportunity to either attack the army or maybe go across the map and try and snipe masterleaf's harvesters again. The economy has been rebuilt. These 3 Pipples are still sitting here just camping the airfield. So every time masterleaf builds a new aircraft unit, they are falling. Look at this, Orcas rebuilt, gone instantly. The fight begins. I should have been looking over here. Predator tanks and Pitbulls fighting each other. The Orcas are going to start falling to the Pitbull. The Orcas aren't shooting. He's got them on hold fire mode. Oh, that's really bad by Green Zero. Those extra volleys from those Orcas could have helped a lot in defending this. There's another elite Pitbull. Oh, if he gets a heroic Pitbull, that's going to be so hard to kill. And now we can see masterleaf. He's going to start moving in here, and I think he's going to take the win. Oh my god, it's going to be so tight. I mean, the Pitbulls from... Oh my god, the Pitbulls from across the map, they come in to help. The airfield gets sold off. Hammerheads go... Oh my god, how are those Pitbulls still alive? Hammerhead gets destroyed. And geez, he has AP ammo. Why does he have AP ammo? That doesn't even make any sense. Where does AP ammo help you in this fight? And these Pitbulls, they're going to all get away, and they all have a slice of veterancy on them. There's no Orcas left on the field for masterleaf, and his economy... Well, his economy is rebuilt. He still hasn't rebuilt an MCV, though. And both players still on 2 Tiberium spikes each. The Orca Strike's going to come in. Is it going to hit a harvester? It does hit that harvester just. And now there's 2 Predator tanks, a couple of Hammerheads, and 4 Pitbulls still on the map for masterleaf. He has taken all the blue Tiberium this game as well, so you'd say his economy is probably... Well, God, I don't know. Like, he's taken some of his green tib. Hammerhead's now coming in, trying to do some damage. They obviously don't do a lot, but they are going to... Well, they're actually doing quite a bit, really. Considering they don't have AP ammo, they are actually ripping that harvester's health to pieces. Hammerhead out for Green Zero now. Oh, these Hammerheads are flying into the AA battery. I mean, if he can get the harvester, it'd be worth it. I mean, I would happily take a full harvester for a Hammerhead at this stage with such a low eco game. Killing as many harvesters as you can is super important. And now Green Zero is going to make this really difficult. He's going to move his MCV to the north of the map. And if he's able to start dropping AA batteries up here, it's going to be really difficult for masterleaf to kill these buildings. Or kill the harvesters, I should say, because AA batteries will get dropped on the front line. But we do see masterleaf now has an MCV back on the field as well. 3 Hammerheads out. I mean, Hammerheads are a really good choice because he knows that masterleaf can't build slingshots. And Hammerheads with AP ammo are really powerful, even against Pitbulls. So if he focus fires right now, it's going to be really difficult. Oh my god, focus fire. What is he doing? I mean, I don't even know how to commentate that because it was just such poor micro from both players. I mean, you've got two hammerheads escaping on no health. I mean, they shouldn't have even been there for that long because of the AA battery. I don't know what they were shooting at. And then the lack of focus fire from Green Zero was both playing quite poor in that engagement. Bloodhound's called in again. The masterleaf really abusing this, how quickly the cooldown time on this ability is. It's nice to see Bloodhounds being used like this though regularly, because it is quite handy, especially in a low eco game. You get free veterancy on units, and that makes it really easy to rank them up. I mean, we've seen what 3 elite Pipples from masterleaf this game, and they've probably all come from the Bloodhounds. Just a rifle scout down there, nothing too important. Are we going to see some... Oh my god, he's not even going for economy. And this is the thing with Leaf in this series so far, is he's prioritized aggression over economy, which has made these games really interesting to watch. Hammerhead's now moving across the map from Green Zero, and there is nothing down here to defend them, really. I mean, the rocket heads from Masterleaf will be really painful for Green Zero's hammerheads to deal with. Wait, where is his hammerheads? They're going up there. And he's got... Wow, he's got a refinery down. This is huge. He has a refinery down on the expansion. Hammerheads are going to start picking off the stray units from Masterleaf. But the rocket heads are now moving into the south. There is an AA battery there just to sort of do a slight amount of damage. But the hammerheads are now coming in from the back. They're going to pick off the APC, so the anti-air is getting weakened bit by bit. We've already seen him pick off a Pitbull, and now an APC goes down. Is he reinforced? He doesn't have a war factory. He's built a refinery over there, so he does have an economy on that second Tiberium field now. But I think that harvester is going to fall. The Pitbull should be able to go in there and pick it off. Oh, I'm not sure about this. You don't want to be losing those hammerheads. And one rocket head does go down for pretty much no reason. I mean, he killed the Predator tank, but I mean, it's not that big a deal. Your ground army is superior to Green Zero's anyway. And those rocket heads are quite expensive. They are $1,900 for a rocket head. And you got to think that's a lot of money with the lack of eco on the map right now. Wow, those rocket heads are really doing a lot of damage to Green Zero's hammerheads now, though. And they are not able to fight back because there are no rocket men inside of Green Zero's hammerheads. But somehow all of them survive. That's a really big body blow for Masterleaf. He would have been hoping to get at least 2 or 3. I mean, 2 or 3 of them were probably one rocket squad shot away from death. A double ref up here for Masterleaf now. He is really going to be cranking in the cash again. But is he going to be able to hold? I mean, I feel like, even though it looks like Green Zero's on the defensive, he's really only on the defensive because of circumstance. As soon as he can really move out with these hammerheads don't need to stay at base. He can go down here, pick off all of this. You know, there's really nothing to deal with the hammerheads. The only thing to deal with the hammerheads is the rocket heads from Masterleaf. I wouldn't mind seeing Green Zero build a couple of slingshots just to keep with his hammerheads, because if the only thing contesting your hammerheads are the other player's hammerheads, there's no reason not to draft a couple of slingshots and keep them with your hammerheads at all times, and even fill your hammerheads with rocket squads as well. Second ref does come down for Green Zero, so both players now starting to establish. I mean, we're what, 10 minutes into this game, and Green Zero's only just got his second ref down on his expansion. Same with Masterleaf. So, a very interesting game, very technical by both players, and this is actually, both players sort of enjoy this type of gameplay. They like the low eco because both players, I mean, they're both very resourceful with the units that they have. That's something that you could say Green Zero and Masterleaf are really good at. They are able to use what they have, if it's limited. Oh god, that's not good though. If they are stuck with limited units, they both have a really good way of making the most of every unit in their arsenal. Now we can see that blue Tiberium harvester is going to go down. The hammerheads are here. They pick off a couple of rocket squads, and these harvesters are actually quite undefended because the AA batteries aren't quite in range to shoot at the hammerheads. He needs to get some rocket squads in these hammerheads, or a couple of slingshots out stand underneath his hammerheads. And so when he moves over here, because as you can see, Masterleaf has no ground force. I mean, he has a couple of Pitbulls, but he has no slingshots and he has no AA batteries. So if he was able to keep a couple of slingshots with his hammerheads, I mean, we can see he's actually going to garrison up his hammerheads now, which is a really good choice as well. But if he kept a couple of slingshots with his hammerheads, it would make it very difficult for Masterleaf to actually dislodge these without building his own slingshots as well. Now we see a tech assembler is up for Masterleaf, which means I can only assume he's going to be going for Firehawks. And the Firehawks could spell a lot of trouble for Green Zero. He's not even... Oh, he's just placed down a tier 3. I think he's getting Hawks as well. And there you go. Look at that from the mod. We can actually see that moving around. There you go. Look at that. Obviously, the little telescope moves around on the tech lab without Masterleaf's 4K mod, but the whatever it's, I don't even know what this is, this spherical object here with the telescope in it doesn't move, so it looks quite weird. You just see the telescope pointing out of a wall. Firehawks are now on the field for Green Zero. He has 2, Masterleaf has 1. These Pipples move in, they're going to run straight into the Hammerheads from Green Zero, but the Firehawks come in, but he loses 2 Firehawks and only gets 1 Hammerhead. Masterleaf is hurting after that. 2 Firehawks go down for the loss of only 1 Hammerhead from Green Zero, and he now has the Firehawk. Wow, he doesn't have the Firehawk lead. Oh, he has 2 airfields. Masterleaf has 2 airfield. That's why Green Zero isn't as far ahead as I thought he might be after that engagement. So we're going to see a bit of an air battle now, and I think whoever is able to get the upper hand in this air battle will probably take the game from here. We can see both players very similar timing with their expansions the whole game. Hammerheads are now trying to move out, but the Firehawks are tracking them down. This is really bad. Firehawks, does Masterleaf, oh, where's Green Zero's Firehawks? Where are Green Zero's Firehawks? They're coming in. They're going to try, and they come in from the back, and they start picking off the Firehawks from Masterleaf. And if wow, Green Zero killed a lot of Firehawks there. Masterleaf down to 1 Hawk. Green Zero didn't lose a single Firehawk in that fight, but he did lose a majority of his Hammerhead forces, which is pretty much the entire makeup of his army. Now, where are Masterleaf's Hammerheads? They're in the middle of the map. They're going to try and look to probably snipe the Firehawks on the deck. We can see the Firehawks are flying in. Now, there's only 1 AA battery to protect them. Yeah, and good micro from Green Zero moves the Firehawks away. He knows he doesn't want them to land there because the Hammerheads will snipe them straight off the deck. 3 Predator tanks moving in the north to pick off these harvesters. And wow, this series is really providing some good quality gameplay from both players. And some interesting strategies from both players too. And some Predator tanks down here. Not really sure what he's going to plan to do with them. I feel like Predator tanks are a bit of a nothing unit in this game because of the air heavy. I'd like to see Pitbulls instead from Green Zero. Pitbulls with mortars I think would be a really good choice. Masterleaf just wasting his Hawks here. Oh, I mean, his Hammerheads. I mean, he just lost 5 Hammerheads for nothing. He didn't even get the War Factory, and he just didn't need to waste the waste them on that. Anyway, even if he'd got the War Factory, it wouldn't have been worth it. Masterleaf now in serious trouble. He's running out of money. In Green Zero, I mean, he's established himself on a 3rd, and Masterleaf really hasn't because of this harassment from Green Zero. Hammerhead's still sitting in the middle of the map there. And he's down to 1 Firehawk. This is a really big... Railguns is done for Green Zero. Wow, there is why he wanted those Predator tanks out. And I guess now that he has the air superiority, there's no threat of Hammerheads coming and picking these off. So maybe he's right. It's the right call. And yeah, Masterleaf calls the GG. And wow, that was a really good game. A really good GDI mirror. And Green Zero, you could see he was on the defensive the whole game, but he just withstood everything Masterleaf threw at him. And eventually he just was able... I'm interested to see this resource graph. And yeah, you can see both players really even. But Masterleaf just kept throwing himself into Green Zero's defenses. And of course that meant that eventually he ran out of steam. And then that one engagement with the Firehawks, I think Masterleaf would have lost 5 or 6 Firehawks. He did get all of Green Zero's Hammerheads, but it didn't matter because after that, Green Zero had the air dominance because he was able to kill all the Firehawks without losing any. And then take the game from there. So that makes it a 3-2 lead for Green Zero. Masterleaf has to win 3 in a row to win the series. Of course, this series can end in a draw, being 4-4, with it being a best of 8. So Masterleaf needs to win at least 2 of the last 3 to not lose the series. Green Zero will be looking to at least win 1 to at least make sure he can't lose as well. We'll move to game number 6. Alright, here we are on Tiberium Rift. And in the bottom right corner, he's just taken the lead in the series. He is always vanilla GDI. It's Green Zero. And in the top left, again, picking a GDI faction, but this time going with Zocom. It is Masterleaf. Now, what type of strategy are we going to see from Masterleaf? For him to be picking Zocom, he's going to have something in mind. He's going to have some type of build. I mean, he has to have a build order in mind. I can't imagine he's just picking Zocom because he thinks it's the best faction for the map. To be fair, if there's ever a map you want to be Zocom on versus GDI, this is probably one of them because Juggernauts aren't as powerful or as useful on this map because there's no really, other than this blue Tiberium, there's nothing to contest for. And obviously Juggernauts are super strong on maps like Torment Rift or Torment Highlands, where you have to contest for a certain Tiberium field. And that's what gives GDI the edge normally over Zocom. But of course, that is not as important here because it is a 3-field map with no contested middle field. So the Juggernaut presence isn't as scary for the Zocom player. And also, Zocom have a better Marv, which is something that's super important in GDI mirrors, is that Marv in late game situations, which again, it's just better for Zocom. They have the Zone Raider pods instead of the Zone Trooper pods, which are just overall just better. I don't know if they do more direct damage, but the splash damage from them makes it so worth it. Ahead of the Zone Trooper pods, and of course, you can't forget about the immense air power that Zocom has, which is really good on maps like this because it's large and it has no contested field again. So that contested field, no contested field, really does play into the hands of Zocom, I would think. But of course, Green Zero again, I think will feel really comfortable in this matchup. A GDI mirror on a map that he would have played hundreds and hundreds of times. There's no surprise with masterleaf's map selections. Green Zero, of course, has selected Winter Meltdown and Tournament Undergrounds after his losses in this tournament, which is maps that aren't chosen a lot in casual gameplay, which is exactly why Green Zero picks them. He likes to pick the maps that put people off their game because they're not used to it, and he's really good at those maps. And it's pretty clever, isn't it? And again, we're seeing this early. A couple of Pred tanks out from Masterleaf. He's probably going to go for the rig now. Now, what's Green Zero going for? Is he going for a tier 2 as well? What are we seeing? Yeah, tier 2 comes down. Is it going to be straight for an airfield? Straight for an airfield. Is there going to be an airfield out from Masterleaf? I can't imagine he's going to go Zorkas, but he might be going for that Bloodhounds again. MCV cell again, so he's going for this build. Again, this MCV cell, early rig, early Pred tanks. There are pitbulls in the north of the map. So, oh my god, they're going to pick off the Bloodhounds. Oh my god. Oh, he realizes too. Green Zero's realized, and he's going to try and chase the carryalls. He's not going to be able to kill any. But again, Green Zero, is he going for Orcas? He's not going for Orcas, he's just going for Predator tanks. Watchtower is down. The Pipples are coming around the back of the base, and they are going to try and start picking off some Harvesters here. Takes a swing at them, but he then does the retreat. Orcas coming out. No, he's still not building any Orcas. I definitely thought we'd see some Orcas again from Green Zero. I mean, he's gone for the airfield. You'd think he would, take advantage of it, build some Orcas. But maybe just looking to try and Orca strike the rig once it deploys. I think that's a really good idea too. Zocom Orcas out from Masterleaf. So this is going to be interesting because of course the Zocom Orcas can be really powerful against the Predator tanks. We did see that in the game on Tournament LA. The Predator tanks really didn't enjoy the presence of the Zocom Orcas. He's going to move up to the north now with his army. He's got some hammerheads here. He's actually going to capture Green Zero's spike as well. Oh, here we go. The Zorkas are actually getting picked off on the deck. Again, Green Zero able to get a few Pipples into the base of Masterleaf and just pick off those Orcas on the deck. Really good play from Green Zero there. He's done it 2 games in a row. Just being able to really put that pressure back onto Masterleaf. Here we go. The Orca Strike does come in, so that's exactly what I said. He's going to use that Orca Strike to clean up that rig, and the rig does fall. The Predator tanks are now easily going to defend because he's just got the numbers advantage. Those mines don't really matter because he's actually placed them behind the Predator tanks. Oh no, he's going to reverse move into it though. Oh GG, no, that's terrible. You've avoided the mines and then you walked back into them. You lost 2 Predator tanks to that for no reason. I mean, he should have known they were there. Oh, the Orca here gets picked off on its transit across the map, and there's another one here. Is he going to pick that one off as well? Only one shot gets fired at that one, and it does get away. AP ammo also done for Green Zero, so again, going for AP ammo. Again, I'm not sure it's really worth it in this situation. Like, what do you need AP ammo for? There's no infantry and there's no light armored vehicles, really. I mean, there's Pitbulls out, but Predator tanks are the main fighting force for Masterleaf here. Zorkas are going to come in. I mean, he could shoot. Oh my god, he could kill the Orcas on the deck. He could kill the Orcas on the deck with his Zorka if he's paying attention, which it doesn't seem like he is. There's a long time there where he could have done that. Pitbulls in the base at home are actually going to try and pick off a Harvester here, and I think they are going to get it. They are going to get it, but the MCV is back out for Masterleaf, but an expansion is already up for Green Zero. I think he's in a really good position here to take a 4-2 lead in the series and ensure that the series cannot be won by Masterleaf. And I think he'd be taking a lot of confidence out of this. You know, he stopped this build twice in a row, and I can't imagine that Masterleaf's going to go for this build again. I I'm calling this game already. I know it's early, but it just doesn't. I mean, he has 3 harvesters. He's been completely shut down. And if this is a refinery, I mean, Green Zero is so far ahead. It would take something ridiculous for Green Zero to lose from this situation if this is a second refinery. And it is. So yeah, I mean, Masterleaf has to win somehow in the next 2 or 3 minutes. And probably less. Zorkas are going to get some nice shots on the Predator tanks though. He kills 3 and 2 of them are now in heavy damage mode. These harvesters are pretty well undefended now. Orcas in the south are going to get picked off by the Pitbulls. I mean, if Green Zero was going to throw the game, he's got off to a flying start to try to. But the Orcas are now on the... Well, they're actually on the deck. He's going to go for the airfield. Ooh, I reckon he was going to try and shoot at the Orcas on the ground, but he wasn't able to do it. And now his Orcas are just sort of sitting there. He'll shoot at the airfield, but obviously, Orcas not the best in the world versus buildings. And his Orcas are now starting to get picked off. Where are the Zocom Orcas? They're moving into the middle of the map. These harvesters are sitting idle, exactly what the Orcas want. And they do pick off 1 harvester full of blue Tiberium. And 1 Orca escapes for Green Zero. Tech is already down now for Green Zero. Is he going to go for Hawks? I reckon he might be going for Hawks. And if it's Hawks coming out, then Masterleaf is in some serious, serious trouble. Yeah, it is going to be Hawks. This Orca actually kind of needs to die. I think he would rather... I think he'd like to see this Orca die, just so he can get 4 Firehawks on the deck. Obviously, he's probably going to put these guys on missile loadout and wait for the Zorkas to come across and blow them out of the sky. And he's transitioning into mass Pitbull. I think it's going to be double war factory Pitbull with mortars. Would be the play from Green Zero from here. And probably a Marv. That's what I would do. Because I think it's probably the best way to keep the pressure on Masterleaf. The Firehawks have been spotted by Masterleaf and he's looking to try and pick it off. Is he going to be able to... I think he's going to get it, you know. Ooh, not quite. 1 shot short. Orcas come in, kill a power plant. But the Pitbulls are now starting to get encircled by the forces from Green Zero. He does pull back. He actually didn't really lose anything for that. And he did put Green Zero into low power mode. Tier 2 down here getting attacked by some Predator tanks. Is he going to look to pick off a Firehawk? No, he's actually shooting at the airfield. Probably would have been better to target the Firehawk. See if he could have picked that Firehawk off on the deck. But it's going to survive. Predator tank's actually still alive. And the Orca Strike comes down. He's Orca Strike and then he's scammed. I'm not sure why he did that. That doesn't really make any sense. Is there any tech for Masterleaf? No, there's no tech for Masterleaf. He's actually expanding off of a tier 2. Firehawks are getting picked off in the middle of the map. Did they kill any Zorkas? No, they just lost. He just lost a Firehawk for no reason. There you go. Now, where's the second war factory? I want to see a second war factory from Green Zero or a Reclamator hub. One or the other. But no, he's actually just going to expand with double airfield instead. I don't mind that either. If he's going to go for some Orcas again, maybe from this airfield and Hawks on this one, I don't think that's a terrible idea. Why did he sell that? Maybe just to put it in a less vulnerable position? I'm not sure. Not quite sure why he did that. Because he still has Zorkas on the field. And, they don't exactly... That's a more vulnerable position than this was just about. Because Green Zero is going to be looking to attack down here. And look, the Pitbulls are already here. So I'm really not sure what that selling of the what's it called? Oh my god, the Firehawks have come in and blown the Zorkas out of the sky. I think Masterleaf will probably quit soon. I mean, it's just an uphill battle when you go for that early build and do literally no economic damage. I mean, Masterleaf didn't kill a single harvester from Green Zero in that entire fight with the rig push. Still think he needs to get a second wall factory because Masterleaf's reducing on double wall factory. Was that a rig? I think he just had a rig up there. And to be honest, you can see that he's just getting outnumbered here. I mean, he's losing the numbers game because he's only got 1 wall factory. And these Firehawks are just sitting here. You know, they haven't really had any impact on the game. They've killed the Zorkas, but if he had double wall factory Pitbull anyway, the Zorkas would have had near to no impact either way. He does come in. He actually kills a Harvester. So obviously that Harvester was on very low damage mode to be dying to Firehawk bombs. But he did get the laser fence down in time, so that was a good play by Masterleaf to prevent that from dying. Oh god, he's still not building a second war factory. I worry, Green Zero, you're giving Masterleaf a chance here because you just have a lack of units. You needed to keep the pressure on Masterleaf this whole game, and he sort of let Masterleaf rebuild himself into it. There's so many Pitbulls here for Leaf now. There's Zorkas here again. I mean, I know he doesn't have mortars, but mortars versus in Pitbull fights isn't like that big a deal. It's not as big a deal as, say, having Tib Core and versus someone who doesn't have Tib Core, or Railguns versus someone who doesn't have Railguns. And again, I mean, Masterleaf is completely decimating these fights, and with the help of the rig repairing pickles on the front line, Masterleaf is suddenly in a position where he could do a lot of damage to Green Zero here. If he moves to the north, which he is going to... No, go up there! I mean, he probably doesn't know what's there. He probably doesn't know that Green Zero has literally nothing. Well, he does! How could he look at this and go, I'm not going to attack up there? That doesn't really make any sense to me. He loses the refinery at home to the Hawks. He's going to try and intercept them in the middle of the map, but Green Zero, he should be switched on enough to not send them over the pitbulls. No, Green Zero, what are you doing? Oh, no. And he loses 3 Hawks for basically nothing. And now these Orcas are coming in looking for something. They're going to go after the Firehawk. Bang. So now Masterleaf, he's fighting his way back into this game. Juggernaut. Why are you building Juggernauts? What are you building Juggernauts for? I know that GZ enjoys his Juggernauts, but the Juggernauts here make absolutely zero sense. There is no tech to speak of for Masterleaf. There's no units for a Juggernaut to be useful for on the map. If Masterleaf was to move into this top base right now, GZ would be seriously hurting, because wherever he places a Sonic Emitter, he can just move away from. He's going to go after the Reclamator hub. Sonic Emitter comes down, now retreat and move into the tip field. Good scatter move. He kills 1 Pipple with that Sonic Emitter shot. He's going to try and shoot the rig, and he doesn't get it. So that Sonic Emitter killed absolutely, well, 1 Pitbull, which was already in heavy damage mode, and that is it. Orcas in the south now coming... Oh, is it just 1 Orca? It's just that 1 Orca from earlier coming in and harassing Masterleaf. But Masterleaf, he's being too passive here. He could easily move into this tip field. And he saw before that Green Zero has nearly nothing up here. He has 2 Pred Tanks. And that's just a bit... Oh, don't reverse move into the Sonic Emitter. Masterleaf, come on, man. I must admit, I don't want to be too critical of these guys because, of course, the game's hard. It's not as easy as it looks. But I feel like Masterleaf has really missed an opportunity here. And Green Zero has honestly given Masterleaf every chance to get back into this game with his lack of aggression. And why Juggernauts? I just don't understand that. You're versing Mass Pitbull and Zorkas and you go for Juggernauts. It just seems like a complete brain fade from Green Zero. The Firehawks are going to get away, which is good. You don't want to be losing them. Or did 1 die? No, I think there's 2 overlapped there. Yeah, there are. He's looking to try and take out the Tech Lab. I don't think he'll get it. Is that Railguns that he just got? Yeah, so Green Zero's now got Railguns. And now Masterleaf's mining here, and he's so uncontested. I just cannot believe Green... I just feel... I mean, he's probably got an army now that Masterleaf just can't stop. Because he's just run out of... He's run out of steam, Masterleaf, I feel like. And with the Hawks just oppressing him now, it's going to be really difficult. But Jesus, this game should not have even been close after the fact that the push from Masterleaf early game did practically nothing. Comes in with the Hawks, they're going to bomb a refinery. Another Harvester dies to Firehawk bombs, so there you go. That's that is something you very rarely ever see, and now we have seen it twice in the game. Finally, a second War Factory down from Green Zero. It's only taken him 20 minutes. 20 minutes after he needed it. Obviously not actually 20 minutes, but Sonic Space Uplink command comes down, but I don't think it's going to matter. Oh, here we go. He's going to try and do this stuff. Supersonic's the Hammerhead, so he can't use them to defend. And now he's going to try and pick off the Hammerhead, the Firehawk on the floor. Another Hammerhead comes out of that airfield, which means that these Zone Raiders are as good as dead. And I wouldn't be surprised if Masterleaf calls that game. Yeah, there we go. I think he thought maybe if he can kill all the Harvesters there with the Zone Raiders, he can get back in the game. But, no, I mean, Green Zero, he played really well. He defended that rush, the push, whatever you want to call it, from Masterleaf extremely well. And then he just let up on the pressure. I mean, Masterleaf's economy should never have been this good. This gap should have been much bigger because Green Zero should have been really aggressive. In fact, he stuck on 1 War Factory for that long. And if Masterleaf had taken that opportunity where there were 2 Predator tanks defending like 7 Harvesters at that 3rd Tiberium field for Green Zero, he could have turned the game completely. I mean, he could have killed 5 or 6 Harvesters and all of a sudden Green Zero is seriously hurting. But he didn't take that opportunity, and alas, Green Zero takes the game and now takes a 4-2 lead in the series. Masterleaf has to win the next 2 games to tie the series. Green Zero will be looking for just 1 more win to close it out and take a victory over Masterleaf, which would be an upset, but I think that it's not too much of an upset. It's like an outsider winning, you know. Green Zero is good enough to beat Masterleaf, but you wouldn't predict it. And we'll move to game number 7 and see if Masterleaf can claw his way back. Game 7 brings us to the map, 6 City, and in the top left, he is under the pump, he is under pressure, he needs to win. It is masterleaf, and he has switched it up from GDI. He's playing Black Hand. In the bottom right, it's of course your boy Green Zero, but believe it or not, he is not GDI. He has picked Steel Talons. And I can see why he'd pick Steel Talons on this map. Steel Talons also naturally quite good versus Blackhand because of the Wolverine. And on a map like this with all these garrisons, I think he wants to probably... I wouldn't be surprised if we see a base push from Green Zero with Titans and AP Ammo Towers quite early in the game. Both players, of course, have 2 Tiberium Spikes. So they will both be captured, and we're actually seeing a bit of an infantry opening from masterleaf here, and a 3rd engineer, so he's going to be looking to capture this Tiberium Spike from Green Zero. Black Disciple upgrade is online, so the Shrine should go, and of course this does delay his first refinery by quite a long way. I mean, yeah, you can see that Green Zero already has a war factory down before masterleaf is even able to get his first refinery up. But it does put the pressure on Green Zero quite early. This is quite frustrating for a non-AP Ammo GDI player to deal with. Now, he does have an MRT with a rifle squad in there. So he basically has a repairing rifle squad to fight this. But of course, the MRTs aren't very tanky. And they're going to be really difficult. It's going to be difficult to dislodge this. It's just going to be a really big nuisance. And if he sits on the outside of the tip field, there's going to be no watchtowers which are really able to deal with it. And well, you can see Green Zero knows that, and he's going to actually move his MCV forward. Very clever by Green Zero. I mean, he hasn't captured his back spike. So currently the spike situation is 3 spikes to 0 because Green Zero hasn't captured his back Tiberium Spike, and he's going to lose the MRT as well. He does degarrison the rifle squad. Wow, this game is going terribly for Green Zero right now. I thought his harvesters were bugged as well, and I thought, Jesus, it couldn't get much worse, could it? He still hasn't realized this engineer hasn't captured his back Tiberium Spike. And now this harvester is under threat. The watchtower, there's only 1 watchtower here. He needs to get another one down. Desperately needs to get another one down. That harvester taking a lot of damage. And masterleaf already has his MCV on the move and has 3 harvesters already, and the economy has already evened up, and actually masterleaf is in front because he has 3 Tiberium Spikes and Green Zero still has 0. His second ref is on the way. Masterleaf's would probably be on the way now too though. And this has been a really good start to the game for masterleaf, and he needed this because he needed to, you know, build that little bit of confidence early in the game to believe he can come back in the series. So the second ref coming down, there we go. So second ref is down for Green Zero. Second ref, 2/3 of the way done for masterleaf. That garrison does get picked off, but this rifleman getting some nice damage on this infantry here, but eventually is killed. Both towers have been sold off because the fighting force of this infantry is pretty well gone. Without a cabal there, it really does nerf the... I'm not sure what the exact statistics are, but I do know that without the cabal aura, it does severely hinder the Black Hand's infantry. 2 Scorpion tanks out on the field. Are we going to see second war factory, or is he going to go for like a tier 2? No, it's going to be a second war factory from masterleaf. Double war factory Scorpion tank, it looks like we're going to see here. GZ, I mean, I think he's in a serious amount of trouble here. This Pipple's going to come in, and is it even going to see the second war factory? I'm not too sure it is. No, he'll definitely see the second war factory, so he knows, and there's already 5 Scorpion tanks making a way across the map. He's gone for eco. Oh, masterleaf is going to be loving to see this, because Green Zero is in serious trouble. This has to be a Titan, or he is in... Yeah, there we go. So a Titan comes out. This is going to have to be a second war factory as well, and masterleaf... Oh, I thought he was going to move towards Green Zero, but no. He's just going to start focusing down the MCV, and... Oh my god, he still hasn't taken this back tip spike. This is killing me. Look at this engineer's just dancing around over here. Too busy dancing around to get into the Tiberium Spike. We can see that the Scorpion tanks are just going to overwhelm this, and I think this is GG already. I just don't think Green Zero is going to be able to produce enough Titans to be able to deal with this. Even when this Titan comes out, it's just going to get spawn killed. I mean, as soon as it comes out, yeah, it's dead. It's dead, straight away, gone. Silo, I mean, what's that going to do? And now he's fighting with the Titans out in the open, trying to defend his second war factory. And I think that's going to be game. masterleaf really clinical here, actually. This build of just pure aggression does get a Titan crushed for pretty much no reason there. Or a Scorpion tank crushed. But this war factory is going to fall, and the MCV will fall not long after it, you would imagine. The Titans are going to try and start pushing back these Scorpion tanks. He drops down a barracks to block his own Titans path to the Scorpion tanks, just to make it a little bit harder for himself. Not even building anything out of them, so I'm really not sure why he did that. Guardian Cannon does come down, there we go. But I think the MCV is going to fall. No, Masterleaf decides to retreat, and he's probably building an engineer to try and hold this off. But there is now an expansion up for Masterleaf, and this push has done its job. It's forced a ridiculous amount of defense out of Green Zero, and his expansion is so far away from done. It's not even started, and Masterleaf has double ref down. And so he will be just cranking in the money while GZ is barely able to afford a rifleman. He drops another Guardian Cannon. There's nothing coming, Green Zero. Why would you do that? That's just pure panic. That's fear. That's fear, alright? That is the fear of thinking, I'm not going to be able to win. There's a beacon over here. I'm not sure why Masterleaf's beaconing over here. But he is. Guardian Cannon is starting to shoot. But obviously, it's quite interesting. Ever since the laser turret got buffed, I don't even think the Guardian Cannon got buffed, but we have seen a resurgence of Guardian Cannons being used to defend pushes instead of watchtowers, especially versus Scorpion tanks, than we've ever really seen before in Kane's Wrath. And I don't know if they got buffed. Obviously, laser turrets, we all know about the laser turret buff. It got buffed way too much. I think it was a double increase in rate of fire. So it was shooting twice as fast, and it really didn't need that. 3 war factories coming out now. Dozer blades not needed, and honestly, it's not needed. He will be able to just purely overwhelm Green Zero with numbers. Wouldn't hurt to get it. It's only $2,000. And it does give, I think, a 20% health boost to the front armor of a Scorpion tank. So that's a big deal, really. But I think Green Zero will probably see the amount of Scorpion tanks that are on the field and say, that's it, I ain't going to be able to come back from this. He's trying to go for air. He still hasn't captured his tip spike in the back of the map. That's really bad. That's really bad. I don't know if he thinks his engineer died or something. Like, he's been looking around and he's gone, oh no, there's no engineer there. I guess I lost it. But I wonder if he'll realize, oh no, I've played this whole game without a tip spike. And of course, Masterleaf has had 3, because you've got to remember, he captured this tip spike at the start of the game. Hammerhead is out now, going to start picking off some tanks, but I really think it's a little bit too late here for Green Zero. These Scorpion tanks are just going to be able to walk into this Titan. There's only 4 Titans here. AP ammo isn't done. He's going to try and go in for a crush move. He does crush 2 tanks, but unfortunately all of the Titans fall, and Masterleaf will be able to close out the game and take it to 4-3. And we will go to the last game of the series with, well, it's all on the line, really. Masterleaf will be looking to tie up the series. Green Zero will be looking to win it. That's a good thing for Green Zero. He does have that safety net. He cannot lose the series from here. He will walk away from this series with some points towards the Champions League. And Masterleaf will be looking to walk away with points as well, if he can get the victory in the last game. And you can see the economy here, yeah. I mean, Masterleaf pretty much with double the income at the end of that game. We'll just move straight into game number 8. Let's get straight into it. There's not much to talk about there. Green Zero played like crap, and that's it. Let's move to game number 8. And here we are for game number 8. In the top right, as the yellow-black hand, it's Green Zero. Obviously, Green Zero is not Black Hand. It's Masterleaf. He's playing Black Hand again on the map Tournament Highlands, and of course Green Zero has said, screw Steel Talons, they're trash, I'm going back to my GDI. Tournament Highlands, I have to say, especially in recent patches, because Black Hand, you know, has been really nerfed, especially on the click front, which can be really important on this middle fight. You'd have to say, on a map that's contested like this, GDI should win. If the game goes to late game. But if Masterleaf can get an early... Oh my god, what's he doing? He has an engineer here. What is he doing? He's going to do something weird. I can just tell. He's captured his back spy. Alright, is Green Zero going to... Oh my god, don't do it again. Green Zero, please. Oh, okay, he does remember this time. He does remember this time. And the engineer is just sort of walking around. I mean, he's obviously confident that there's no rifleman going to sneak in, because that's a very vulnerable place to put the engineer. I mean, if a rifle just walked through the middle of the map right now, there's nothing to stop it from just sniping this engineer and go on its way. Now here it is. Here is the operation center. I imagine he's going to go for a reckoner, because if he's got an engineer, I can only imagine he's going for a reckoner of some sort. Now, is he going to have flame tanks as well? Let's see. Or is it just going to be that's it? No, that's it. And he's going to go for bikes. He just goes back into eco. So there you go. It's a bit of a bluff, really. There is a pitbull here. So that's not good for greens for masterleaf. This reckoner might not actually make it all the way over here. But of course, it's not a big deal because you need that blackhand squad. Masterleaf, you need that blackhand squad. Yeah, good. So the pitbull does get away. But he's going to fake out Green Zero here. Green Zero might start to panic because he hasn't been able to get eyes into masterleaf space. He might expect there to be, flame tanks on all corners of the map. When all it is just a reckoner with a saboteur and a flame squad, and he's just looking to capture the tip spike and probably destroy this one, and then just go on his way with ecoing. 4 harvesters now out, so we've got a 1 and 4 eco for masterleaf right now. Very interesting, and you can see Green Zero's built a lot of pitbulls, and this is exactly what what masterleaf would be wanting. Is that Green Zero over? Look at this! Look how many pitbulls he has, and he's probably going to start scattering them out around the map, looking to see if there's flame tanks. Or is he just going to go for a counterattack? No, it looks like he's just going to go for a counterattack. This isn't going to work. This isn't going to work. masterleaf will just go double barracks, sell off some shredder turrets, sell off some, and build scorpion tanks, and build some rockets, and he'll be fine. He's not going to do enough damage to justify building that many pitbulls that early in the game. Of course, he's already at his expansion. He's actually going for a tier 2. That's interesting. He's going orcas? I can only imagine he's going orcas. I can't imagine he's going hammerheads at this stage of the game. It really wouldn't make any sense. Unless he's trying to build a hammerhead first to kill that blackhand squad, maybe. But that's really not that hard to deal. You can just put a watchtower down, and you'll be fine. As long as you don't put it like in front of the blackhand squad. You need to building block it. You put a watchtower here probably. Yep, there we go. He'll probably lose his power plant, but that's expendable. People's now moving around now. Again, masterleaf in this game, just like on 6 City, has a 3-0 spike advantage. GZ needs to address that, because if he lets masterleaf sit there with 3 Tiberium spikes, it's going to be really difficult for him to keep up with economy, because simply it's just it's 1,800 credits for free extra that he's just getting without mining any Tiberium. It doesn't sound like a lot, but when you consider if that happens for 5 minutes, that's $9,000 for free. Each Tiberium spike generates $600 a second. A minute, sorry. 10 credits a second. 600 per minute. Orcas are now done. He needs to get them out. He needs to get them moving. Here we go. Double War Factory, Flame Tank, Purifying Flame. This is a strategy we love to see. We love a bit of Double War Factory, Purifying Flame Tanks. The only issue I see with this is that there are Orcas on the field. There are Orcas on the field. But of course, that means that Green Zero needs to get the flame tanks early, and that's the issue with this build, is that if one flame tank gets in the base for the GDI player, it can spell the end of the game, because they just do such a ridiculous amount of damage. Mantis comes out. He knows the orcas were coming. He could actually kill that Mantis. Yeah, he does. He's going to kill the Mantis and then go for another harvester. Is he going to get the harvester? Did the bullet? No, it didn't. So that harvester does survive. Oh my god, there's a flame tank already there. Oh my god, there's a flame tank already in the back. Oh, it's over. This is a game. This is GG. It's GG. It's GG. The game's over. I mean, he's let 2 flame tanks into his base. He's only just put an expansion down. I think this ref will die as well. This ref will 100% die. The pitbulls aren't following. And then that means the airfield's going to die. GG. masterleaf brings the series back to 4-4. Wow, there you go. He's just turned it around like that. I mean, he oh my god. Oh my, the MCV is going to die. He will be able to kill that MCV easily. Elite flame tank. Oh my god, if he gets a heroic one. Oh my god, the MCV is going to die. There's Mantis here killing the hammerheads. He underdeploys the MCV. I don't think it matters, because there's more flame tanks coming. There's 3 flame tanks closing in on this MCV. And if the MCV dies, there is nothing left for Green Zero except this power plant. And masterleaf kills the MCV, gets a heroic flame tank in the process. And the game is over. And the series is tied at 4 games apiece. masterleaf really clutching it up in those last 2 games with his black hand, brutally aggressive. All series he was brutally aggressive, though it didn't matter what faction he was playing, and it was really good to watch. And that game, yeah, and that's the thing with the blue flame tanks, is you let them in your base for 3 seconds and you've lost half your base. And Green Zero wasn't massively out of position. You could see the pitbulls were only in the middle of the map when the flame tanks started to move in, and if they would regular flame tanks, maybe Green Zero would have survived, but when they're blue flame, it's a 300% damage bonus. 2 buildings when you get Purifying Flame. So yeah, it's just impossible to come back from that damage, and you can see that masterleaf able to claim the last 2 games and tie up the series 4-4. I hope you guys enjoyed the cast. I hope you guys enjoyed the games. It was a great series to watch. I really enjoyed it, and I think this will probably be the best game of the round. 4-4 between 2 really good players. I hope you guys enjoy it, and I'll catch you guys next time. See you later. Bye bye.